Today I am doing a completely different style of video. I wanted to do a video where I'm just sitting down and chatting with you guys and telling you a little bit about me and giving you some tips on how you can really smash 2017 and make it your best year yet. I wanted to make this video right now at this time of the year. I literally had other content planned and I thought, you know what? No, I need to film this video right now. So I pulled out all my filming equipment and I'm just kind of sitting on a stool. So I'm gonna have a chat with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about what it takes to really step up when you feel like you need to. Because a lot of people talk about wanting to step up, but they don't actually do anything and nothing really changes. So then the question remains, well, why? And I feel like I've definitely stepped up in many different ways in my life. If you had known me 4 years ago, you would probably not recognize me. There's no way I would ever be filming myself on video. Actually, 6 months ago, you probably would never catch me on a video. I would be so nervous and stutter. But 4 years ago, could not even speak up for myself, couldn't even, if I was in a meeting, I would feel like my opinion didn't matter. I was anxious, had trouble breathing, and was really living a blah life. Like it was just kind of like this, meh. That's how I described it. I remember waking up every day and just being like, how can there not be more to life than this? Like, am I really born to just come here and like work and make money and worry about paying bills and that's it? Like, that's really all there is to life? Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it. And I was 20 years old having these thoughts. And I was like, oh my God, I've got a friggin' long life to go if it's just going to be like this. So I guess to paint a better picture for you guys, I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and when I graduated from uni, I went straight into working. I started working in corporate communications. Now looking back, there's really nothing wrong with the job that I had, but there was absolutely everything wrong with me as a person. And the only thing that was wrong was that I wasn't seeing the incredible person that I am inside. I was feeling unworthy, like I said, anxious, uneasy, couldn't speak up, and really trapped. And because I was feeling so blah about my life, and I guess I should also say, like, I really wanted freedom. I really wanted to travel. I really wanted to do more, but I also felt like I couldn't because, well, you don't have the vacation time in Canada. You get something like 2 weeks a year, or, it wasn't the right thing to do by other people's standards. So I started feeling really caged in my life. And I remember having these dark thoughts like, well, what if I got sick? That would be such a good excuse to just ditch everything and nobody could question it and I'd just go live my life however I wanted. And looking back, that's no way to live. And I remember one day waking up and thinking, that is really ridiculous. Why do I have to wait till I'm dying to start living? And when I realized and I had that thought, I decided, you know what? I don't care about security. I'm not going to care about what other people think. I'm not going to care about what they say. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand up for myself and I'm going to do whatever it takes to figure out how to live a better life. And if I die trying to do that, and if I get to my deathbed and I had no security and stability, and all I did was for my entire life was just try to become more inspired and I guess happier than I was in that moment, then that would be okay with me. And so that's what I did. I quit my full-time job. I had no real plans, but I had an amazing fiance at the time. He's now my husband. He was kind of on the same page as me, and we left Canada and we packed 2 backpacks and we went traveling and we went through Europe and we went through Southeast Asia. And it was like a time in my life when I felt so alive, like I was free. And I wasn't sick. I was fine. And it was amazing. Then we decided to come to Australia and we were just meant to stay here for about 6 to 12 months, just do some whatever work, travel, and then get back home and, start a real life. But within a week of being in Melbourne, where we are now, I thought, this is amazing. I love living here. I love the city. I love the energy. I love the vibe. I love the people. And I thought, I want to live here. This is where I want to call home. And the universe did its thing. So we're still here 3 years later. And I started working in the wellness industry, which I loved a lot more. And it was much more inspiring and aligned with my values. But as much as externally, my entire life looked very different than what it had looked like in Canada, I was still feeling the same emotions about myself, the same feelings and emotions. So I started feeling unworthy again, not good enough, a bit caged, anxious, had trouble breathing. And I thought, what the hell is going on? Like, this is not how it's supposed to happen. You know, I changed all these things. I'm supposed to be, you know, okay now, happy now, whatever you want to call it. And it wasn't until I met two of my mentors that kind of sat me down and said, if you're not going to sort your mindset out, you're going to just be living the same cycle for the rest of your life. And you've already done it. You already had these same feelings and emotions in Canada, and you have these same feelings and emotions now that you're in Australia. And guess what? In 5 years, guess where you're going to be? Same feelings and emotions about yourself. Guess where your life's going to be? Kind of just the same. And an alarm bell went off for me, and I thought, oh my God, I need to do something differently. So I invested in myself, and I started doing some pretty deep personal development work, which just got me to wake up and realize, what the hell do I want to do with my life? What is my vision? What is my purpose? And make me realize that I'm 100% worthy of living out my dreams, you know, and 100% worthy of doing whatever it takes to get there. And that's okay. So I guess this is where this video comes to you, right? Through my story, there's kind of 4 things that really happen, and I want to break them down for you guys. If you guys are in the similar position and you're feeling like life is blah, and you're like, you know what, I want to do something differently with my life this year. So the first thing that I decided to do was decide, which is a funny tip. I decided that I wanted more in my life. So in that moment when I was having those thoughts about getting sick, and I thought, no, this is not how it's going to be. I'm going to fight for my life. So maybe we should call this tip fight, because it is a fight. It's an internal fight, and it's an external fight as well. But you need to decide that you're going to do something differently, and you decide what you want to be differently. So a good way is to ask yourself, this time next year, what would be really exciting for me to look back on and think, holy crap, I did that this past year. That's the kind of questions I'm asking myself now as well. So once you make that decision, you have to commit to it. And not just 50% commit, you have to wholeheartedly commit. Which brings me to my third point. I know we're moving really fast here. But my third point is you have to also decide that you're worth it once you commit. So as an example, think of that friend of yours, and we all have one, that is in a shitty relationship. And she goes on and on and on about how she deserves better, and she's going to leave, and she wants to leave. And all her friends are like, yeah, you deserve better. And she's like, yeah, I deserve better. But then she never leaves. That's exactly what I mean. You can talk about being worth more, and you could think you're worth more. But if your actions don't back that up, guess what? You're really not. You're not worth more, because you're not acting like you are. So you have to commit to leave that man or girl, or to leave that job, to make that change, to step up, to start putting yourself out there, to start deciding, to start listening to yourself and thinking, what it is that I want. What do I want with my life? What do I want to do with my life? What am I asking the universe for? Why am I alive? These beautiful, deep, meaningful questions that literally give you goosebumps. And then you have to decide that you're worth it. You are worth trying and trying to get to that. And the whole reason why I say trying is because that's all that I did. When I decided that I wanted to start my own business, which again, if you've spoken to me 2 years ago, I would have been like, there's no way I could run my own business. Everybody else can. That's for them. They're smarter, they're better, they're wealthier, but not me. And again, I had to wake up and be like, no, you too, you're included in that group. You just have to realize that you are worth it and you do have what it takes. Again, it's backing that up with, action and clear and concise action. And when I decided that I wanted to start running my own business, all I decided was that I was going to try my best. And that's exactly what I've been doing for a year, and it's been good. So again, it's backing that action up with knowing that I'm worth it, and I'm doing everything that it takes, including making this video, to continue living the life that I love and that inspires me. The final thing that I did was I got my mindset right. And the only way that I did that was by sitting down with somebody else in front of me that was able to pull out my shit, that was brave enough to tell me all that shit in your head is bullshit, and this is what actually is true. And let's work through some of the self-worth stuff that you have going on. Let's see why you don't feel good enough, and let's get to the root of it. And the only way that I did that was through investing in myself through personal development. So if you're listening to this video and you're like, I resonate with you, I get it. I'm kind of feeling blah right now in my life. I feel like I'm meant to do more. I feel like I don't want to play small anymore. I want to get clear on my vision for my life. I want to feel confident. I want to feel like I'm good enough and worthy. I don't want to sabotage my relationships. I don't want to sabotage my wealth, because believe me, your mindset infiltrates every single area of your life, whether you like to believe it or not. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't need to do personal development work. I'm fine. I'm like, I'm happy. Okay, sure. But then if I take a look at their finances or their relationships, they're kind of like, if you are listening to this and you're like, I need to step up massively next year, and I know I need to, I've been called to, I'm drawn to, and now is the time, and you're looking for somebody to support you along the way, and you know that you kind of need the support and it's kind of been at the back of your mind, then I have something for you guys, okay? So I'm just gonna switch over to my computer screen and I'll go into it there. Okay, so I just jumped on over to my laptop, and from this point on, I guess I just want to let you know if you should keep listening or not, because I definitely don't want to waste anybody's time. So keep listening if you're absolutely serious about making big changes in 2017. Like I said before, you're a go-getter and you're like, you know what? I know something needs to change and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If you know that change takes work, action, and implementation, if you feel like you've perhaps tried a lot of different things, especially, self-help books, or you've seen potentially other different practitioners, or you've attended different seminars and you're kind of like, nothing's really shifting and I'm not getting to where I want to be and I still don't feel like I'm worth it, then you definitely want to keep listening as well. Now, on the other hand, you should just leave now if you literally fall into any of these other categories. So if you think you can learn everything about personal development from self-help books, if you're like, no, I definitely feel like I would never want to work with another person in terms of my personal development, then yeah, you should probably leave now. You don't want to put in any hard work in order to get change. That's pretty self-explanatory. And if you're okay with staying the same next year and don't really care if anything changes next year, and I honestly think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you are one of these people. Some people hate change, and that's okay. But you definitely don't want to keep listening if that's you. And if you're the type of person that says, I already know that when somebody gives you advice, look, you're just unteachable, so I probably wouldn't be able to help you in any way, so you should probably just leave as well. Okay, so I've put together a program for 2017 that I'm only offering this December. Now, like I said to you guys before, I love December. It's my favorite time of the year. So I put this together as a package that I'm only offering until this December 15th is the absolute last day to sign up. After this program will no longer be available. And if it is available in a different way, shape, or form, it's definitely not going to be for the price that I'm going to talk to you about today. So what it includes: a comprehensive welcome pack. So my intention with you is to get you to know yourself through this process. So we start identifying your story, your innermost dominant thought, which literally runs your life, your top 3 values, and we start to identify your purpose and what you're really meant to be doing here on earth. So this is all stuff that you kind of do at home with my support over email if you need, and then you'll send it through before we actually start our sessions. So you get 10 60-minute sessions with me over 4 months. And these sessions include kinesiology, coaching, and equilibrations. I will tell you guys, I do not know anyone on this earth, and seriously, if you guys do, bring them to me because I'd love to meet them, that combines these 3 powerful modalities in their work. I can say that I've tried so many different personal development tools or techniques and worked with different people, read different things, attended different seminars, and these 3 modalities are absolutely the top of the line, and these are what helped me shift in my life. So that's why I've decided to bring these into my practice. Okay. Google, Andra, what is kinesiology if you don't know what kinesiology is and you just want more information about that. I'm not going to go too far into what kinesiology is here, but essentially it's an energy modality that helps us identify your subconscious blocks, and it just helps us work together so much faster. So what you're getting in these 4 months is literally like what you would normally get through any kind of talk therapy on steroids. And I'm not just saying that because it's me, but I'm saying that because I truly, truly believe that and know that in my heart. Okay, I'm also offering a fast action bonus, which is a 90-minute Kickstart intensive session with me over Skype. Okay, so in this session, we basically go through all the areas of your life so I can get to know your story, well, the story that you're running in your mind, and I can get to know what areas of your life we really need to work on together. Okay, so how much does it cost? So if you were to do this without a package, 9 60-minute sessions with me are about $13.50 at the moment. One equilibration with me is $2.50. Now, in the package, I haven't limited the number of equilibrations we need. The equilibration process is essentially gold. It is what helps you shift your innermost dominant thought. And the reason why I haven't put a number on how many equilibrations you get through our time together is because you may need more than one, and I want to make sure that we need to give you exactly what you need. Now, a 90-minute session with me is normally $225, and all the activities I'm sending you are worth about $172. So that brings us to just under $2,000. Now, if you are ready to work with me in December, you don't have to pay that. What you get is everything I just spoke about for only $1,557 if you pay in full, or 4 monthly payments of $400. Now, that does include a deposit that needs to be made before the 15th of December. That's the very last day. And the program kickstarts in January. So you save over $500 by working together. Okay, so what you need to do is to book in a discovery session with me. Essentially, it's a 30-minute chat with me, and it's absolutely free. And the point of this is to talk to me and ask me any questions about the program, to tell me a little bit about what you want to work on together. And I'm going to tell you if I can help you or not. There's a lot of people that have come my way that I've essentially had to turn away, and that's just because I sense that they're not committed and they're, too busy being in victim mode, or they just love their story and they're so addicted to their story that they really just don't want to let it go and they want to live in their same cycle. The program is also available in Melbourne. If you are living in Melbourne, you can come see me in person at the moment and over Skype. So no matter where you live in the world, we can make this happen. So if you're ready to take action, all you have to do is send me an email and we'll book in that free chat. I've included some dates there in which I'm holding the free chat. And you have to put in the subject line fast action bonus, because then I know that you've watched this video and you're eligible to get the 90-minute kickstart session. All right, I just thought I'd pop my head back in. Thank you for watching, first of all. And second of all, I am so excited for any of you who are watching this and you're like, oh my God, I need to take action next year. And this is the perfect thing for me, because I know without a doubt in my heart that you are literally gonna look back a year from now and you're going to say to yourself, holy smokes, I cannot believe that the person that I am today, I cannot believe the kind of vision that I have for my life now, the kind of clarity around the things that I want to do. And you're going to thank yourself for stepping up in a massive way. So I'm super, super excited to hear from you guys. And I will see you guys in my normal videos, which will be more short and snappy. Bye.